there. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. It's Lisa. Let me do my little lip gloss treatment. Get looking right. I am so sorry about the delay. I kept getting kicked off. So I just rebooted my whole setup. So I seem to be good now, which is exciting. So today we're gonna make marble cupcakes. If you are joining me for the first time, I'm Lisa, and I don't normally wear a glove, but my thumb hurts, so there you go. I live on the Gulf of Mexico. My house is called Camp Kailua, so that's why we are in the Camp Kailua Bake Shop right now. I'm not a trained baker at all. I just love to bake, so I wanted to share that fun with you guys. So I do these bake-alongs every Friday, and today, getting excited. Today's a little extra special. Not only is it Friday, but it's my birthday weekend, birthday weekend, birthday weekend. So that's why we're making marble cupcakes. Oh, gross. Let me go rinse my glove. Hold on. All right. See what happens when you get singing about your birthday weekend? Sometimes get choked up. Yeah, but I'm totally excited. It looks like it's shaping up to be a beautiful weekend. Sunny, warm here in Florida, so we'll take it, right? Funny side note, somebody messaged me and said, I'm not sure why you're not making a Thanksgiving dish, right? Because Thanksgiving here in the U.S. is next week. So what's funny about that is that growing up, I never knew that birthday cake and cupcakes were not part of everyone's Thanksgiving celebration. I just figured it was part of it. My birthday is this weekend, and then my brother's is a couple days later. So Thanksgiving, we always had birthday cake. And it wasn't until college when I realized not everyone does. And that was a really crazy wake-up call, I guess, for me, but it was funny. So, yeah, so that's kind of where we are and why I am making marble cupcakes today. If you are jumping on, say hello. Let me know that you're here. I don't always see the names on the bottom. Sometimes I do, but not always. So definitely drop a little hello. Let me know that you're here. And same thing, if you're watching the replay, let me know that also. Sound good? Let's get making marble cupcakes. Now, my oven is preheating to 350, and let me grab my pan. You guys may remember a few weeks ago I was waiting for my new pan, so it's arrived, and it's so pretty. Look at how pretty it is. It's this cool blue color, and it's so beachy. It also has, it's got these ridges on it, and then the ridges are also on the bottom of each cupcake, or, you know, whatever muffin tin section. I have also already dropped liners in each little hole, so we are ready to go there. And I'm excited. I've used this pan a couple times. I really like it. I like it so much better than, do you remember a few weeks ago I made cupcakes with that silicone nightmare pan? Dreadful. So this one works a lot better. And it even, I think, feel like the cleanup is a little easier maybe. It's the ridges, I don't know, but stuff pops off of it really nicely. There's my oven, it's ready. So that's exciting. I'm gonna just pop this back off to the side till we need it. And I've got my other ingredients squared away already. So I have, in one bowl, I have a cup and a quarter of flour. I have a couple turns of salt, and I have something else in there, baking powder, 1 teaspoon. Hey Jill, thanks for jumping on. I also have in another bowl a stick of butter, and that I did bring to room temperature. I also have 2 eggs they're at room temperature, and another stick of butter for the frosting that's at room temperature. I've also got a cup of sugar and half a cup of buttermilk. You can use regular milk. I have some vanilla. I also have some almond extract that we're going to use today to kind of mix things up. And then I've got some cocoa powder, and I have another tablespoon of buttermilk. And like I said, or I think I said, if I didn't, I meant to, you can use regular milk, no problem. And then I have 2 eggs. So those are my ingredients. Now, normally at this time, if you've watched me before, or joined me before rather, you know that Fridays here in the Camp Kailua Bake Shop are Fireball Fridays. And every Friday, right about now, we do a fireball shot. But I have very sad news. I'm out of Fireball. Yeah. Let's just take a minute. I mean, how does the birthday girl let this happen? Ran out of Fireball. And I should have called this morning because the place down the street delivers. Did I call? No. No, I did not call. I got busy. Got busy doing stuff. So now we are Fireball-less. I think it'll be okay though, because I'm thinking after this I'm gonna make maybe some pina coladas. Birthday pina coladas sound good. Yeah, I think so too. All right, so if you have Fireball and you want to do a Fireball shot, you can go for it. Let me know. I won't be joining you today since I'm out. All right, so let's get baking. I first am going to, I've got in just a smaller bowl, 1.25 cups of flour. You can use cake flour if you want to. This is all purpose. I have a couple turns of salt, and I have a teaspoon of baking powder. I will tell you also that, and I'm going to just whisk it while we chat a sec. I grabbed this recipe from the Pioneer Woman's website. So I don't know if you have seen any of her shows or her recipes. Ree Drummond is her name. Usually they're pretty good. So I thought that we would try this one. Great thing about marble cupcakes is if you can't decide if you want chocolate or vanilla, you're covered. It's kind of both. So that's kind of why I wanted to make marble cupcakes. And then I'm also going to make a marble buttercream. I'm not going to do it on the live because it won't hold up nicely, but later on I'll walk you through what I'm going to do. But I'm going to frost these with marble frosting as well. All right, so I think that that's whisked pretty well. I just like to kind of whisk you know, the flour and those ingredients together, and then I'm just going to tuck this aside until we need it. I am going to be using my hand mixer today, so just FYI, if it gets a little bit loud, I apologize. Let's move on. I'm going to tip you down so you can see, but definitely if you have any questions or just want to say hello, please do so in the comments, or you know, give out a like or whatever, and I'll check on those when I can. But here is kind of my setup for now. This is my main bowl. You guys probably have seen it before. I have in here a stick of butter, cup of sugar. And the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of blend these together. And we want to use the mixer to do that so it'll get nice and light and fluffy. So let me grab that to get out of the way there. Hopefully it won't get too rowdy, right? Break up the butter a little bit. It's not So it is room temperature, but it's not quite as soft as it usually is because it's not so hot today here in Florida. I mean, it's nice. I think it's probably in the 70s, but you know, it's not, usually it's in the 80s. So we're having a cold front. It's not 80. So my butter didn't quite get as soft as usual. So I'm just cutting it up a little bit with this spatula to make it a little bit better, easier to blend. So let's try that. Guys, I know that that's super loud, and I'm sorry I don't have the magic of television to have one already mixed up. So let me just kind of mash it up a little bit more. What happens when you use that mixer is it kind of, it blends everything together, but it makes it a little bit crumbly. So maybe you can see how crumbly it looks. So I just want to kind of press it together a little bit so we can have more of that light, fluffy texture. I can see that the butter is changing color, so that's really good. You want it to get, it's gonna look a little bit lighter, but I'm probably gonna have to go back in with the mixer just a little bit. All right, let me just get this off of here, and then we'll mix just a little bit longer. All right, sorry y'all. Really good. So it's much fluffier right now and really nicely incorporated. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the eggs. We're going to go one at a time, and then I'm going to mix again. So let me just crack this friend in here. There we go. And I'm just going to mix again using my hand mixer. Notice that I kind of started to push down the batter just a little bit as I was mixing. I want to make sure everything, you know, gets a chance to get incorporated. And you want to mix this just until it's just mixed. You don't have to get crazy because we're going to keep mixing. So here's my second egg. Perfect. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna tip the bowl up in just a second. I wanna first scrape the scraper here a little. Get everybody in there. But look at how different this looks now. It's really incorporated nicely. Still has the nice kind of buttery yellow color. It's very smooth and it's starting to smell great. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is add the vanilla and the almond extract. So I'm going to use this vanilla blend. I'm going to use a teaspoon and a half. Gosh, there's sugar all over the place here. It really flew out from my bowl when I was mixing it. I need a lid. A mix lid. Is that a thing? Someone needs to invent that. All right, so here is my half teaspoon going in. Whole teaspoon. And you probably know already that I tend to get a little generous with vanilla. It's just good. I like it. Now the almond, this particular recipe calls for 1/8 of a teaspoon, and I'll tell you that's probably plenty. And I'm just using this Wilton almond. Almond is very strong, almond extract, and it can quickly take over your recipe. So I don't overdo on the almond. That little insert fell out there. It smells amazing. So delicious, very strong. Okay, now I'm just going to use my spoon and just blend that together. All right, so it's taken on a little bit of a more golden color now. Turn that over here. I'm not sure that I'm going to use it again for this. All right, now the next part is where it gets really fun. We're gonna start to add the flour. Let me just make sure. Yes, and you could use your mixer, but I'm just going to hand mix. I'm gonna alternate flour, milk, flour, milk. Flour. I had to make sure I read my recipe because I knew it listed specifically one to end with, and it was flour. So I'm going to do flour in thirds, milk in halves. So I'm going to first give it one more good whisk. This is my flour, salt, baking powder blend. Okay, and you know, it did say, we did decide to do it in thirds. I'm not being exact with that, guys. Just trying to get pretty close. And you'll see how this dough will really start to take shape. And you just want to mix it until each addition is well blended. So you don't have to, you don't want to overblend is my point. All right, so just incorporated there, and then I'm going to use, this is buttermilk. Like I said before, you can use regular milk, and I'm going to do this in 2 batches. This is a little easier to measure because I had a 1/2 cup in there. So 1/2 cup of milk. A little bit more flour. The other thing I really like about these cupcakes is that they bake very quickly. So you know, we don't want to frost them until they're absolutely cool, but they will be out of the oven in about 20 minutes. So that's fun. All right. Next, I'm gonna just add some more of that milk, actually the rest of the milk, right? Because we did half and half. Just mix that in. So how's everybody doing? I know that Thanksgiving, you know, is next week, and so it might be a little bit different. One of my friends I was talking to earlier today said that they were going to Zoom Thanksgiving, and some of you may remember when, what year was that? I don't know, like 2010 maybe, and we did Skypesgiving because I couldn't get to Chicago for Thanksgiving, so we did Skypesgiving, and that was fun. Usually we're not even here for Thanksgiving. We try to travel, so it's different for us too. We're going to be home, of course, and so I'll cook and it'll be great, right? Okay, so there's that, my last bit of flour. Are you doing anything different this year for Thanksgiving? Other than maybe making marble cupcakes on this Thanksgiving twist? And then I just want to incorporate the flour. It smells so fabulous. Oh gosh, it looks so good, guys. Okay, so I think we're in good shape. This is the vanilla portion. However, because when I was doing the research for this, I read that sometimes some recipes will have actually two different batters. They'll have a vanilla batter and then a separate cocoa batter. And what happens is then the batters are different textures and different densities, and so they don't mesh well. I picked this recipe because it was one batter. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take, I have a smaller bowl, and actually I need a spatula. Let me go grab something to stir. This will do. And all I want to do is take about 3/4 of a cup of this batter. I am going to go ahead and measure it. I wasn't going to, but I will kind of measure-ish. I already have in this bowl a tablespoon of milk. Is that right? Yes. Take this spoon and see if I can get in there a little bit better. Much better. One more. Okay, guys, this is so much fun. So if you're baking along with me, let me know. If you make these, let me know. Take a picture, tag me, let me know, all right? I always love to hear and see other people making the same things I make. It's kind of fun. All right, so there is my 3/4. I'm gonna move this aside, and then I grabbed some cocoa powder. I'm just using regular Hershey's cocoa. You can use whatever kind you have. If you have some other brand, that's fine too. And to this, I'm going to use 3 tablespoons. I couldn't quite remember if it was 2 or 3, so 3 tablespoons. Fresh pack, guys, fresh. Oh my gosh, nothing like it. I didn't realize that this wasn't open. All right. Good stuff, so 3 tablespoons. And I'm not exact, you know, I'm not one of those people that has to level everything off. It probably goes against every baking rule, but whatever. They're my cupcakes. They'll be fine. Okay. Just cap this up. So this is, like I said, going to be the chocolate batter. So I just want to mix that cocoa powder into the milk and the already made vanilla batter. Oh, it's smelling chocolatey. Oh man, is this one of those times that you wish smell-o-vision was a thing or what? Wow. Does this smell good? All right, guys, I'm ready to drop the batters into my cupcake tin. Let me go grab it. All right, so hopefully you can see that. You know what else? I'm gonna go grab a toothpick real quick. I just realized I did not bring any over. Wouldn't you know it, I thought I could just run over and grab one real quick, and they got all here stuck in the container. Okay, guys, so let me get myself squared away. The first thing I'm going to do is go and drop some vanilla batter into every tin. Okay, so vanilla first. Try to get everybody scraped down there. And I'm going to just move this chocolate out of the way since we'll take care of that in just a second. And I've got these great scoops, so they kind of help me keep everything pretty even. Oh, it smells amazing. Are you baking these? You should. Okay, I might not have enough batter for 12. I might be overfilling. Or it might be just right. Hold on. Hold on. It's looking like it might be just right. Yum. It's gonna be just like exactly right, guys. Awesome. Let me get in here and really scrape and get every last bit of goodness. Alrighty, so there I have my, I'm gonna put just, I've got just a little bit left. One looked a little sparse. Oh, it just kind of got overcast. Now I'm going to take, I have a smaller scoop, I'm going to scoop a little bit of chocolate in each one of these. Kind of, it's okay if you kind of smash it down a little bit. Wow, 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 does it smell good? Chocolate and vanilla. I don't know about you, but this is the best. They should call these indecisive cupcakes, because if you are at all indecisive about what flavor you want, this is a great solution. You don't have to be at all tidy with the placement of the chocolate. And I'll show you why in just a second. We're going to marble, and that's really where the fun part comes in. All right, you know what? There's still a whole lot left, so let's see who needs some more. You a little bit more. You can have some more. I'm just kind of willy-nilly handing out more chocolate. It's not bad. Not a bad thing at all. Whew. Here. All right, so that looks great. I'm going to now do the fun part. So I've grabbed this toothpick, and I like these. They're pointy at one end, flat on the other. So I'm gonna use the flat end, but if you just have the kind that are pointy at both ends, it's totally fine. And I'm just going to kind of take my end of my toothpick and zigzag a little bit through each one of these. I almost called them brownies. They're not brownies. Each one of these soon-to-be marble cupcakes are getting a little bit of a swirl. And it's not going to look right now very swirly at all, but if you are kind of pressing down when you are swirling it, you'll have that going on in the batter, and it'll look really neat when you bite into it. Another super fun thing that you could do with making cupcakes, if you put a marble in right here, do you see what I'm doing? They come out heart-shaped. It's so cute, so you can make little heart-shaped cupcakes anytime you want. You don't need a special pan at all. Just make sure you use glass marbles or metal that can withstand the heat. All right, this is really looking good. And you could, if you wanted to, even just press the chocolate pieces kind of down into the vanilla part. Totally fine. I said chocolate pieces, but you know what I meant, the chocolate dough. Try to get it incorporated if you can. But guess what? If not, it's totally fine too, right? No one is going to be like, oh, I just bit into a big piece of chocolate cupcake. No, they're gonna love it. So either way, another option here would be to do a little bit of vanilla, then add your chocolate, then put the vanilla on top again. So kind of a sandwich style. That's the great thing about this, guys. You can really make it your own. Do whatever you want. I'm gonna do that. Unbelievable. Let me go pop this into my preheated 350 oven, and I'll be right back. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so I had to wait a second because you know she'll keep chattering on if I don't. Cupcakes are in. For my buttercream frosting, let me walk you through what I do. I think I made them before with you guys the last time that I made cupcakes. 1 stick of butter, you want that room temperature. You need it nice and soft because it's really going to get mixed in, and that is the basis for the buttercream frosting. To that, I'm going to add 2 cups of powdered sugar. I'm going to add a couple teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of milk. Mix it up. If I wanted to add food coloring, I could add food coloring. You could use your hand mixer. I don't recommend a stand mixer for this because it can over whip really fast. You also, here's what I'm going to try. I'm trying to decide how I want to frost these. So I have 2 options. Well, more than 2, but I've narrowed it down to 2. The first one is to take my piping bag, take a little bit of this buttercream frosting, kind of divide it and put cocoa in some, and then put the cocoa and vanilla buttercream frostings both into the bag and pipe that way. One option. My other option that I saw was to take chocolate syrup and drizzle that around the inside of the bag, and then put the buttercream frosting in and pipe that way. Not sure. I'm just not sure. I just don't know. So if you watch this and you want to weigh in, that'll be okay. I mean, now, of course, I'm gonna frost these probably tonight or tomorrow, so kind of need to know what your thoughts are quick. But yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what I'm gonna try. I do like the look of the double colors kind of swirled together, 2 frostings, but I don't know. Still thinking about it. All right, guys, so that is my birthday cupcake treat for this year. Marble cupcakes. I hope you were able to follow along, and if you bake these, let me know. Okay, and if you are joining me, just give me a little hello, shout out, let me know that you're here. And yeah, we'll see you on the next Bake Along. All right, guys, thanks so much for jumping on. Have a good one.